Alright, another live session here. Just gonna do a quick run through on sound acoustics. I continually get asked questions, and it's been years since I've been dialing my studio in, and I'm just gonna say first off that my studio is not perfectly acoustically treated. I've began the footwork of it, and for a bedroom studio like what I'm using, where my desk is not in the center of the room where you'd ideally want it. It's actually against a wall, so that's pretty much right off the bat. It's not ideal. But so this is really the DIY bedroom sound acoustic setup. So I'm going to start with kind of like first tier budget. Here's what you've got. First thing you want to do, and then as you get more money, you can get. Okay, first thing is bass traps. There's a large tier of these out there. Just type in bass trap foam and you'll start to see the prices you can pay for them. Mine aren't extremely high end, but they work, they do their job. So what they work is you're gonna put them in every corner of your room. And this room's especially odd because I've got that weird little door lip going on. And so what I did was I just took another piece of foam, and you can notice, here, I'll show you on the ground, because you start at the top, and then eventually you're gonna work to the bottoms. So let me back out here. And this one's supposed to have just a little pocket of air behind it. You can kind of see the way it's in there. It's just kind of loosely. I've got one tack at the top here. And what that does, kind of like a cheaper version of it. Essentially, you'd want to have this style of bass trap. That's more like an actual bass trap. And this was my pseudo, well, this is what I can afford at the moment. So first you would start with all the tops of the corners of your room. The next bit of thing, when you can spend some more money, is to hit the bottom corners of all the room. And once again, bedroom studios, you might have a weird little corner where I had some foam there at one point. I'll probably put them back. So yes, all the corners. And all right, so once you've got your corners covered, the next thing you want to focus is on your direct, where you're sitting in your studio. So on the ground below me, at the moment, I'm using a yoga mat to stop the reflection here. So you've got below you and above you, and as you can see, I've got two pieces of foam. And those pieces of foam are actually centered basically in between where my head would be and the computer, or my, my monitors. So the front of my monitors and my head, these here foam are located in between that point. Okay, so the next points of reflection to hit are gonna be directly behind your monitors. Okay, so well, you can see with all that sun bleeding, but there is two individual pieces behind the monitors, and then also another piece breaking up the reflection point directly in front of you and the wall. And ideally, really, you could just cover that whole space running between both your monitors. All right, next points to hit are going to be when you're sitting at your studio, basically the in-between point of where your ear is and your monitor on the wall, if that makes sense. So if I zoom out, let's put my chair how it would be. So basically, where I would be sitting a little bit closer, but you can kind of see how that falls in the middle. And next point after that is going to be what's behind you. And this one's super crucial, kind of like this whole space here. It's like every part of it's all very important. So as you can see, what I've done is I've stuck my bed right behind me, because that actually acts as a massive bass trap. And because of the room I'm in, I needed, with these hardwood floors, I need even more. Eventually I'm just going to layer this whole place with foam. And a trick you could do is if you had a wall behind you, you could simply take like a bookshelf and just fill it with a whole bunch of different shaped objects and size and things. Make sure it's actually filled up with things, because not it'll defeat the purpose. And that acts as a perfect diffuser. What I tend to do is kind of leave my bathroom door open. You can see random objects kind of there that are going to break up and throw the sound in different locations. One thing that I kind of left out was, if you look at the way that the room is orientated to my actual desk space, now this is for Okay, so for a room that is one side longer than the other, your optimal setting is going to be sitting to where you're facing the shorter side, as you can see here, and then also putting your desk, you can see, putting your desk at about 2/3 of the way down the wall. So it's about 33%. I'm not all the way in the corner, I'm not halfway. And what that does is it basically breaks up the low end frequencies when they're cycling back in on you, when they're hitting the walls and bouncing back. If you're not exactly in the middle or at what's going to be an interval of a harmonic, this is going to help, once again, just diffuse some of those frequencies. All right, thanks for checking that out. If you've got any questions or any specifics about your space and how you'd like, you know, every space is going to be unique and different. So hit me up if you have any questions, and please, once again, hit like and subscribe right down there. All right, thanks.